Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to Lucid Web. Uh, this is Lucky Shoba, web designer and digital marketing specialist. Today, I just want to take you through the steps on how to register your domain name and email hosting on bunnyhost.com. Bunnyhost.com is a web hosting platform. These guys have got great service. Their server speed is very fast. Everything is just up to par when I compare to other web hosting platforms that I've ever used before in my 10 years of web design. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you with Bunnyhost and I recommend Bunnyhost is that when I've used different platforms like your grid host, GoDaddy. I've never used AfriHost, but one thing that I've realized is that BunnyHost has a lot of advantages, um, and it's more user friendly when you compare to other hosting platforms. I'll show you, for example, AfriHost. My problem with AfriHost is that its user interface is very complicated, and their cPanel interface as well. Those who understand the web design language will understand what I'm talking about. But if you are not a web designer, do not worry. I'm just explaining this so that you could understand that there's a bit of difficulty in terms of using the their website, because there's just too many services that they are offering on their website. It's not just websites, web hosting, email hosting. There's just too many different things. Like, they have data packages, they have VoIP services, telephones, telecommunication services, so on and so forth. So it's very confusing for a person that is not used to their website in terms of navigation. And their cPanel is not the standard cPanel. When I've designed most of my clients' websites, I've always encountered problems with AfriHost. I always have to tell my clients to contact their support, and tell them to fix certain things and stuff like that. And another thing, their support is not that fast. They still use the system predominantly of sending emails, and then they take time to actually respond. They don't have the chat system, the live chat system that bunnyhost.com has, because in bunnyhost.com, whenever you have a problem, you just go to their website, and then there's a live chat platform there where you just send, and within a minute they respond. They ask you what is your problem, and you tell them, I'm facing these challenges, and then they help you to fix that, or they also teach you how to do it on your own side, so that next time when you face a similar problem, you know what to do. So yeah, that is my problem with AfroHost. Most importantly, their interface. It's very difficult to navigate. And number two, AfriHost is very expensive. In fact, most of these hosting platforms, they are very expensive, and I find bunnyhost.com to be very less. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll go to AfriHost, AfriHost.com, and then I'll go to bunnyhost.com, and then you see what I was telling you about. They just have many services. They've got fiber, LTE, DSL, mobile, VoIP, hosting, domain. So basically, their company focuses on a wide range of services, not just web hosting, which is good for them. But I always figure that for a client, it's for a customer, it's always confusing. They don't know where to go. Sometimes you end up choosing a wrong package or a wrong service, thinking that you have paid for the right thing and you have paid for something else. So yeah, let us come to domains. And then for me, it's a bit easy to navigate, because as a designer working with clients, I always have to know how to navigate their own hosting platform and stuff, even though it's difficult, but I have to learn it eventually. But a person that is a first time visitor does not even know where to come to look for email hosting, so yeah, they call it domain email. I don't know why don't they just say email hosting. And then these are the packages. Now I just want to show you something that is simple. This is their bronze package, right? And then let's go to the bronze package for Host. So the nice thing about Host, their website is strictly for hosting. You come here, it just says hosting, it says domain. You come here and then it says shared hosting, it says email hosting. Simple. And then you click here, and then this is their bronze package. I just want to show you that they are expensive. Now, this information is very key for people who are not technical, people who are not developers, who do not have advanced knowledge, because sometimes you look at the price, and that's what many designers do to you. They give you a lowest price for for hosting, and then you think because the price is lower then they are cheap, but you don't actually look at the packages, because what makes the price high or less is actually the packages that are involved. It's not just the price, because if you don't know, if you don't have information, for example, you just look at this, you say bronze package, it's 19 rand. These guys, they are very cheap, and then you look at Bunny Host, you say bronze package is 34 rand, they are very expensive. But now let us check something. uh Number one, here we can see that the email accounts that you can actually have under this package is actually 10 emails, which is good. Here it's also 10 email accounts, which is the same thing. But now here's the bigger problem. Here is the bigger problem. This is the main thing. The space. They call it Discorder, which is also not user friendly, because a normal person that does not know how to design a website does not know what a quota is, you know. So why don't you just say disk space, so that people could know, okay, disk space more like USB drive, like hard drive, it's the space, it's the storage, you know. So here it's 300 megabytes. Like, guys, this is a joke. 300 megabytes in 2021. um this simply means that very soon you will have to upgrade, because you'll be getting a lot of emails. Maybe you'll be subscribing to certain websites, and then you'll be sending emails, communicating with clients on a daily basis, and maybe you'll be having a lot of traffic to your email because maybe business is doing well. So it means your emails are going to be full very fast, because 300 megabyte is a very small space. Some emails they send attachment, some emails they send with pictures and email signatures and so on and so forth. So those things, they affect your space. You find that 3 months down the line, you just ordered this, you are paying 19 rands per month, but 3 months down the line you can't receive any emails anymore. Your emails, they just got stuck and they are blocked, and now it's either you have to delete emails, which is not good, because sometimes a client comes back 3 months later, 6 months later, or 12 months later, and they say, okay, whatever code that or the email that I sent you, do you remember? Can you always refer to that email so that we can proceed with the quotation that you have given me? I'm just making an example, only to find that you no longer have the email. You deleted the email because there was no space, and the only way for you to increase your space and your emails to still be working is for you to increase. Now, when you increase, it means you come here, meaning that you'll be paying 29 rand uh, per month, because now you have to increase. You need a bigger space. You have to increase now. But still, 750 megabytes, guys. We live in a time whereby uh, the things we do, they just require so much space. What's 1 gig space today, when we download huge documents, huge quality pictures, and so on and so forth. You understand? So for me, this is a joke. This is the reason why I wouldn't use these guys. I'm talking also as a customer. I wouldn't prefer these guys. You move from 3 to 7. That's almost double the amount, but that's almost double the space, but it's still small. Even if it was 1 gig for me, honestly, it would be small. Now you move to the 49 rand. Let's say you upgrade, because you keep upgrading, right? Because that's how they make money. You tell them that your emails are not working. They tell you that it's because of the space is full, and now you need to upgrade. And of course, you don't want to lose your old emails, because you have two options. It's either you delete your emails or you upgrade. Now you are paying 49 rand per month uh, for getting 2 gig, just 2 gig of space. But when you check on Bunnyhost, the bronze package alone, especially when you're a small business, you don't need to upgrade. You buy this one, you pay 34 rand a month. You can even do this for 3 years, because 5 gig space is a lot of space. There's no need for you to upgrade. And of course, when your company grows, if you are receiving more and more emails, it means your company is growing. There's going to be a point whereby maybe the 5 gig space becomes full, and now you need to upgrade. And obviously, when your business grows, it simply means you now have more money, more clients. You easily move to the 10 gig one. This one will probably last you another three years, before the space gets full. And in that would be something like 6 years. And then maybe you can even stay on this one, after 6 years, because you can probably now, it can be safe for you now to actually delete the emails of 6 years ago, because they've been there for long enough. You know that they're not going to come back. I'm not saying you should do that, but you can always also upgrade to the 20 gig one, which will take another years. So I wanted to show you how less it is to host your emails on Bunnyhost, because many people, they rush to the price, they forgot about the packages, and then towards the end of the year they end up paying more. For example, there was a client that I was designing a website for recently. She's using AfriHost. uh, I told her to upgrade. She had to upgrade, because I gave her two options, that you can either move to bunnyhost.com, and then we start everything over. You start everything over. You host this site, and then I transfer your files and everything. Or you can just tell them on AfriHost that they must upgrade for you. So they told her that okay, it's fine, they can upgrade for her, but she had to pay a bigger price now that she's upgrading. So she ended up moving to Bunnyhost, because she realized that it's good value for money when you compare to AfriHost. So yeah, those are the things I want to show you, because I care about you guys. The most important thing, in fact, the most devastating thing in running a small business, is when you have unnecessarily uh, um, unnecessary high expenses that shouldn't be there, just because you lacked information. Yes, it is important to have a website. Yes, it is important to have an email, but it shouldn't be as expensive. You understand? It shouldn't be expensive to host your emails on a monthly basis. You understand? You shouldn't be paying $100 to host your emails, because for most people it gets there. You find that a person is paying 100 rands a month just to host their emails, because they had to keep upgrading maybe 3 times in a year. But with this one, when you purchase this one, for the next 3 years, you're gonna be paying 34 rands a month. You only gonna upgrade when you are now ready to to get a website, which I will show you just here. Now let me come to shared hosting. Shared hosting is basically where you host your website if you want to upgrade from email to hosting your website. So here are the packages. Here there's the startup cloud, and then there's the economy cloud, and then there's the business cloud. Now let us move to the one of let me just say cloud. Let me come here. Let me choose either of these ones, because this is the most popular that they normally use. Linux web hosting. Yep, guys, so this is what you see here. This one is 39 rand per month for hosting. Now this is the package where you host the email, you are also able to host your websites, so on and so forth. You understand? So this is the small, they call it the silver home, and then here they call it startup cloud. Now let us check the difference. Now here you are paying 39, here we are paying 70 rands, and you probably think it's expensive, right? But now let us come back to what I told you. Come back to the space, storage space, 1000 megabyte. Storage space here is 10,000 gigabyte on an SSD RAID 10 storage. Now SSD is a type of server, is the latest technology cloud server that is very fast in terms of speed, you understand, compared to others. So uh, AfriHost, they are using the ordinary servers. These ones, they are giving you 10 gig space on an SSD RAID 10 storage server. You understand? So this one, I'll be honest with you. If you are running uh, a company where you market your website very well and you start having traffic, because many people don't know what makes the what fills up the space of your server when you are hosting a website. Number one, it's the content of the website. Remember, when you create a website, you're gonna build the pages, and then you're gonna insert pictures there, probably insert some videos, probably insert some attachments, and then text. You understand? And then that's not the only thing that affects your space. The other thing that affects your space is traffic. The more people visit your website, is the more the space of your server gets filled up. The more traffic, the more congested, and then the more it gets filled. So for me, based on my 10 years experience, 1 gigabyte is nothing, especially for a website that people visit every day. I mean, you'll be going all over to Facebook, Twitter, you'll be telling people to visit your website. I'm just telling you, Jay, if 100 people can visit your website in just one day, there's so much of the space that is going to be taken from this package. So sooner or later, before the end of the year, you'll be forced to upgrade to this one. And when you upgrade to this one, what do you get? You get 2 gigabyte. 2 gigabytes is twice of this. So basically, by the end of the year, in 12 months, you'll have to upgrade to this one. This one is 3 gigabytes of storage. And then here, what do you get, guys? You haven't got this side. I'll talk about this ones. I'll talk about these ones. But now let us talk about this one. You get 10 gig. 10 gig if ever you are running a small business website that has some traffic. You can stay on this hosting for about 3 years, 4 5 years. You can stay because it's 10 gig. Understand? And it's on SSD. And then one other thing that I want to show you, let us come to this package. Now this one, you upgrade. This one is better for people. Let's say if you have many companies and maybe a group of companies, and you have many websites for those companies that you want to host. This one is good because this one, the difference between this one and that one is that this one you can only host one website. So if you just have a small business, one website, you can purchase this one. This one you can host different websites in one package, up to 8 websites, as it is said here, up to 8 websites, and the space is what is 30 gigabytes. You understand? And then here you can host unlimited websites, and the space is 50 gigabytes. I want you to see the value for money, and to see that Bluehost is actually the cheapest platform when it comes to web hosting so far. I've been in the design industry for 10 years, and I've witnessed this. I finally moved to Bluehost last year after being frustrated by GoDaddy. Now the issue about GoDaddy, I'm gonna come to GridHost. The issue I have about GoDaddy is that these guys, they have a great sales team. They pick up their phone, they call you, if ever they need to sign you up and stuff like that, but their service sucks. First of all, their servers are very slow. Sometimes they become down. If you already have websites on GoDaddy, sometimes you try to load your website and it tell you that server temporarily down, and then a minute later when you load it again, your website loads. Sometimes you even think there's a problem with your website, only to find that it's GoDaddy, because it took me some investigation and engaging with different web designers across the globe, and I realized that my problem was GoDaddy. It was not me. Sometimes your website will be slow, and you will even try to optimize your websites, try to minimize the image size and everything just to make sure that it loads faster. But when the problem is actually the server host company, there is very little that you could do. So yes, GoDaddy, their servers are just poor. I don't know whether they are using the oldest technology or they just have too many clients. I do not understand that. But their servers, they become down. And another thing, their security is very poor, guys. Their security is very poor, and on top of their security being poor, they do not offer free SSL certificate, which is the great thing about Bunnyhost. On Bunnyhost, you get free SSL certificates, because you need to protect your website, and Google says that it's going to ban, or over time it actually bans websites that do not have an SSL certificate, so GoDaddy, they sell an SSL certificate, and for a person who doesn't know much about that, maybe they don't buy an SSL certificate, the next thing, their website is being blocked by Google. People cannot be able to access it. So yeah, GoDaddy, last year I had most of my clients' websites getting hacked, and we tried to go to call GoDaddy and to try to get some assistance. They always upsell on everything instead of giving you a real solution to tell you that, okay, um, our server, maybe there was a failure, people were able to hack into our system. They will tell you that the fault is on you, and they will tell you that you need to upgrade, you need to buy an SSL certificate, your space has run out, and so on and so forth. So even though I didn't get a solution, luckily I did my investigation and I found Bluehost, and then I managed to quickly convince my clients. It's a good thing that I'm a web developer with 10 years experience, so I was able to unhack the websites. I was able to go through the codes and be able to remove all the spam files that the hackers used to hack my clients' websites. And then after that, I never took any chances. I just told my clients, you know what, guys, uh, let us just move to your websites to this new host platform that I found and that I trust. And after moving, we've never had any problem ever since. Now our websites, my clients' websites are loading very fast. In less than a few recommended seconds, they are loading. The security is very great. All my clients' website now, they have SSL certificate, which brings also helps to bring traffic to your website, because people can trust. Because when your website does not have an SSL certificate, Google will tell people that they must not visit that website. Google will always give people a warning every time they load into a website, to say you are getting into a very dangerous website. Do not enter your card details and stuff like that, or your personal information. Especially for people who are running e-commerce, you really need an SSL certificate. You understand? Yeah. So, and the user interface of Bunnyhost is just great, man. It's just easy to navigate. It's just pure hosting. When you go there, I'm looking for anything related to hosting and domain registration. There's nothing else. There's not too much nitty gritties there. And then we've got another one, GridHost. GridHost, they have a good platform, I have to say. Their website is easy to navigate. It's not as complicated as AfriHost. But my problem is their billing system, especially as a small business person. We all come from the struggle phase, whereby you don't always have money lying around to pay for everything. So maybe sometimes you're always waiting for your clients to be the ones that pay you for the websites. and then so that you can pay your hosting, especially for web designers, the ones who've been hosting their websites or the websites on behalf of clients. You understand? You find that you have maybe this you have different packages for all your clients, and you are paying them separately. When your client pays you, you pay. When your client pays you, you pay on a monthly basis. Now, the problem with the billing system is that, with the grid host billing system, is that you can pay other hosting services, right? Let's say you hosting 5 websites, and each customer is paying you on a monthly basis, and then you are paying grid host separately. Each and every platform has its own invoice. So what happens when you don't pay one of them out of the 5? Let's say, for example, out of the 5, maybe you can't pay 2 because the clients didn't pay as well, but you managed to pay the other 3 because the clients paid. What happens is that grid host, over time, because they will give you a grace period, they'll give you invoices on your email to say your payment is overdue, you need to pay, and then they'll give you maybe a grace period of 5 days for you to pay. And then the problem is that when you don't pay, they don't deactivate the 2 packages that you didn't pay. They deactivate all the 5 packages. Now it affects the other 3 customers and stuff, which for me it's not fair, because with Bunnyhost, uh, you receive service for what you've paid for, and what you didn't pay for, it gets deactivated. But if you didn't pay this one and you've paid that one, they don't have to affect, they have to operate separately. I don't know if you understand me on that. I think I was very clear. You understand? So it makes it difficult for a lot of small businesses, which I think is the root reason for many people who are using grid host, for clients to always fight to say, I paid but my website is down, what's going on? You find that you paid for the client, but because the other client did not pay and you didn't have the money to pay in advance while waiting for the other client to pay, now all the websites have to be closed. So that is the challenge that I've seen with the other web host companies. So yeah, Bunnyhost is just the best for me, guys, but you can check it out yourself. So without wasting any more time, let us go over to registering our domain and hosting, email hosting to be specific. Okay, guys, I had to take a bit of a rest. I had to take a break after talking for so long. So now, guys, let's get on registering your domain and your email hosting package. Yep. So you're gonna go to the website. Just before I start, guys, I just wanna explain why I'm teaching you this. The main reason why I'm teaching you this is that I want you guys to cut the middleman off, because many people, they think web hosting is expensive because they have technophobe. They are afraid of using technology. They think this is a difficult process, so they always get some designer or somebody that knows to say, okay, do this for me, and that person will not only charge you an arm and leg, but another thing, they will register your domain name under their own account. So this means you don't have ownership, it belongs to them. Should this person die, should the relationship between the two of you guys fall off, they have every right to your website, they actually have every right to your domain. You can't even win anything in court because it is registered under them. So it is very important, guys, for ownership purposes, that you get your own, learn how to register your own domain name and your own hosting, and then you only give your designer cPanel login details so that they can log in and design the website for you. And then as soon as they are done, they leave, and then when they log out, you change the password so that you can be the only one who has access. Because another thing, it's for security reasons. If a person has access to your cPanel account, it means they can be able to access your emails, change passwords, they can be able to get into your website if you are running an e-commerce, change the payment gateway, and then be able to receive the money that you're supposed to be receiving when clients are buying and stuff like that. And then the next thing, people don't receive the products they buy from your website, but they actually bought, and then they call you a scam. So you really need to be very careful. Just make sure this is the most sensitive stage. It can be very daunting. I know it can be very lengthy if you think, but if you do it once, you will know that it's very easy. Because I always prefer my clients. I tell my clients these days, I don't wanna host anything on your behalf. You just host, you pay that site on bunnyhost.com, and then you just give me the login details so that I can log in and create the website for you. That is all. Okay guys, now we start. So today we are going to learn how to register your domain and host a professional email with the domain that you are going to register. So I'm going to come here. So this is shared hosting. I spoke about shared hosting earlier, and then this is email hosting. And then you come here. And then when you come here, you just scroll down, and then it gives you different packages. There are these packages, and then there are these packages. So if you are a startup, I'm definitely sure you're gonna start here. You click the one for 34 rands. And then it says register a new domain name. Now we will talk about transferring your domain from another register. Let's say you're using another company, maybe GoDaddy, maybe AfriHost, the ones that I've just mentioned, and you say, you know what, just want to move everything away from these guys. We will show you some other time. You can always also on comments, on the comment section, if it's urgent, you can request me for me to do a video like that, and then I'll do it. And then here, if you say, okay, I bought my domain name but I don't want to transfer it, I bought it from another registrar, I don't want to transfer it, I just want to use my existing domain names and update my name server, that one is a story for another day. I'm going to show you some other time. So now let us start. Here you write whatever domain name that you want. Maybe it's the name of your business and stuff, you know. It can be abbreviations, it can be anything, it's fine. So me, I'm just gonna say John Doe, and then here I'm gonna choose a .co.za because I'm in South Africa and I want people to know that I'm in South Africa. You could always choose a .com, you can choose whatever, but I'm choosing .co.za. And then you check the domain name if it's not already taken. Oops, this domain name has been taken, guys, so it means we cannot be able to use it. That is why here you can't click on continue because it belongs to somebody else. Somebody else already registered it. You see, this thing works like the CIPC website or the SIPs where you register company names. If the company name has already been registered by somebody else, you can't use it. So do not worry about this. You don't panic. You just come here. Maybe you still want to use John Doe or whatever company name you have. You just twist it a little. You just add some things, you know. You could always say John Doe ZZ or something else, but me, I'm just gonna make it more professional. I'm just gonna say Mr. John Doe, and then I check it. It says invalid domain name provided. Domain name must begin with a letter or a number and between characters. Length. Okay. Let me say, I think maybe the error here is caused by the fact that on the PDF instructions I've already used Mr. John Doe. So let me just say Miss John Doe and then check if it's available. Yes, it's available, guys. So the reason why Mr. John Doe was invalid is because I had already bought that domain name on the example that I used on the PDF document. If you download the PDF document, you will see what I'm talking about. So now you click continue because it is available. And then after we're done clicking continue, we come to configurations. You choose the billing cycle. Now when you come here, you can either pay 34 rand per month, which it means your money will be deducted monthly, or you can choose the 12 months billing cycle, which will give you a discount of 5 rand, so you'll be paying 29 rand per month. But the thing is that you pay that money all at once, meaning that when you click this one, for example, let me show you. When you click the 34 rand one, this is the total amount due. This is why the amount of money you'll be paying now. But when you choose this one for 29 rand per month for 12 months, and then it loads, and then it means you're going to pay, that's 29 rand times 12 months, you're going to pay 348 rand. That's true. And then they're not going to be charging you every month. They're not going to be deducting money from your account every month. They're just going to be deducting money from you uh, after 12 months. I always recommend this, especially for a startup, for a small business, because you'll never know when rainy days are coming. Sometimes you find that you are broke, you don't have money to pay for your hosting. Now your website has to be closed, people cannot communicate with you. I've had people who with those kind of problems. You find that there's an important email that needs to receive or needs to send, but they don't have access to their emails because they've been deactivated, they didn't pay. Sometimes you can undermine this 34 rand a month, but man, we are in South Africa, times are tough, you'll never know. So it's always better when you have a lump sum amount of money like the 348, you just choose that and then you pay um, all at once, you know, so that for the next 12 years, you know that your emails are working smoothly. You don't have to worry about emails and hosting. All you have to worry about is sales and growing your company. So I'm choosing the one that for 348, and then I'm continuing. And then we come to the review and checkout section. So here, this is the total that you'll be paying. Now, where does the 463 all of a sudden come from? It's the domain registration, because to register a domain it's its own price, and then to host the email with your domain it's a different price. So the domain registration is 115 rands 89 cents per year. I know that you've probably been paying more, especially if you've been using middlemen, middle guys. Maybe you've been paying even 300 for a domain, paying 200 rand for a domain. But if you go to Host, guys, this is how much you'll be paying per year. So yeah, 115.89 cents plus 348 rands is equals to 463.89 rands or ZAR. And then here, if you've got a promo code, if you've got a promotion code that you have been given, maybe it's a special that they are running, you can always put that promo code and then it will give you the discount. Maybe sometimes it's 25%. I know they usually run 25% and stuff, but what I know is that on email hosting, they do not have coupon code or promo codes, because email hosting is very less. They usually have 25% off special on your email hosting. Maybe for your first month you get 25% off, and then the next month you continue to pay the regular price. So here, if you've got the coupon code, you put it and then you click validate, and then it will change the price here. But we don't have a coupon code, so we're just gonna click on checkout. And then on checkout, guys, you just put in your information. This is where you register to become a client on Host. This is the information you'll be using to log in. This is where you're going to create your password, your username, so on and so forth. So here I'm just gonna say John, then the name I'm just gonna say Doe, and then the email address, let me just use a dummy email. I just say Mr. John Doe, and then number I'm just gonna say, no, the email I say at gmail.com. Now this is the email where They will send you your account information, your name, servers, all the important information, your links to log in, your username, so on and so forth. So it is very important that you get a working email, guys, that you have access to. And then here it's 0768993125. You know, it is very important that even if you get somebody, maybe a web designer, to do this on your behalf, you are always there so that he can put your details, so that it can actually be your account and you can actually own it. You can always connect with them via team viewer, and then they do it on your behalf on your screen, so that you can see that every contact detail belongs to you and it's not theirs. And then here, this is the company name. It's just a dummy name that I'm going to use. And then here you just put in your business address, so on and so forth. And then here it's supposed to be the postal code. I'm just gonna put any number 0158, because remember, this is just for exemplary purposes, guys. This is not real. And then you come here, you come to after you skip this part, and then you come to email, now password. So guys, I told you about Bunnyhost, that these guys, when it comes to security, they are the best. They take security very seriously. They're not rushing for you to just create an account so that they can make money, but they actually care about the security process. Because remember, if your website can get infected by spam and stuff, your website is hosted on their server. So eventually, the whole spam will end up spreading, and then it will affect the servers and other people's websites and so on and so forth. So they always make sure that when you become their client, you are always cautious about security measures. So they don't take weak passwords. They always take very strong passwords. Let me show you. I'm going to create a very weak password just to show you. I'm just gonna say, see, this is a weak password. So with this one, you cannot be able to create any account, because it's very weak. Just make sure that your password is 100% strong, because here it will show you the percentages. So let me enter a password that I think will be strong. See here, it says 65% strong, so I continue. And then now it says 100% strong. I'm gonna repeat the same password here. Just make sure that your password is the same, guys, and that you do not forget it. So the password is fine. Or if you are struggling to come up with a password that is really nice, you can always generate a password. So these guys have generated a password for me, right? This is the password. You can always write it down and copy it so that you don't forget it next time. So they generate a password for you, but this password is only known by you. Do not worry. So I copied the password to clipboard. Copying the password to clipboard simply means that I no longer have to put it here, because I've already copied it here. But just to be safe, let me just copy and paste, just to be safe. And then here you just come and accept the terms of service, because without accepting their terms of services, you're not going to be able, unfortunately, to do business with them, guys, because every company has got its rules and terms. So yeah, you can always come and read if you have time, and check if it adheres to what you believe in, your principles and policies and your company policies and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's usually no harm. So you just come here and then you click on complete order. So just verify that everything is okay, because if everything is not okay, this thing is going to give us an error. An error. Okay, you just complete order, and then it's quickly going to take us to the payment gateway that we are going to pay. So you just wait here. Yep, the total amount is 463.89. Nothing has changed. Everything is still fine. So these are the payment methods that you can use to pay. I usually use this one because this one is the easiest for me. But if ever you are familiar with the payment system, you can use any one that you want. I click Visa because this is where you put your card. So here you're going to put your card number. You're going to put these details are there on your card, right? The expiring date of the card, and then the CSV number. This number they tell you here, or the last 3 digits on the back of your card, the same side as the magnetic strip, and your signature. This is where you get that number. It's usually 3 numbers. In fact, it's 3 numbers. And then here you write your name as it is written on your card, and then you are going to click pay, and then your payment, guys, is going to be successful. And then when your payment, when you are done with your payment, the system will automatically log you into your client zone, so that now you can start to be able to manage your services and to be able to do stuff like creating your emails, managing your emails, changing their passwords, setting up and those kind of stuff, and even upgrading to a bigger space, hosting platform, so on and so forth. So yeah, guys, this is it from me. This is where I stop. If you've entered the correct banking details, and if your bank account has enough funds, you're probably not gonna get any errors. You can only get any errors on this site if you enter the incorrect details. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a real transaction, so I cannot show you how I do it. But yeah, guys, this is it. This is how you register your domain name. This is how you buy email hosting services. You've seen how cheap it is, just 43 rands per month for 10 gig space, no, for 5 gig space, which is a good value for money for me. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you've enjoyed, I just request that you kindly like, give us a thumbs up, and you subscribe, so that next time you can get other tutorials and learn other things. I'm still going to upload a video on how to buy a main hosting for web hosting, and I'm still going to upload videos on how to actually create those emails once you have done buying any type of hosting, and how to set up those emails on your Outlook. uh, Many things that I'm going to teach you guys. So yeah, um, just like and subscribe us, and I will see you next time. This is Lucky from lucidweb.co.za. You can always check our website. Our website is lucidweb.co.za. You can always check our work and check our portfolio to see what we've done for other people, and probably if you like our work, and then you can also be able to choose us, guys. So this is our nice website, and then here you just click on projects, and then you'll be able to see the other work that we've done for most of our clients. You'll see it's very beautiful work. We do a lot of things in digital marketing. We do video editing, video advertising, we do SEO, search engine optimization, we do web design, do web analysis, we do social media campaigns, we do a whole lot of things. So yeah, guys, if you feel that you are ready to have a website, and you think that we are the guys for you, we can be able to help you. Or if you want to launch your company, you need some video editing, some voiceover artistry, for us to be able to assist you with your with launching your project in a spectacular way, yeah, you can always use us. Thank you very much. This is Lucky Shoba from Lucid Web. Have a nice day.